What's good, YouTube? It's your boy back on another banger, you know what I'm saying? Back on another banger, y'all. We're about to react to this. James Harden has demanded a trade to the Philadelphia 76ers, featuring Doc's reaction, his mama, and, whatever. This by GetLikeCoop, man. Let's get straight into it.
On the Rockets situation that hasn't been said. Wow, what can I say on the Rockets situation that hasn't been said already? I'm not even going to call this the Rockets situation. I'm going to call this the James Harden situation. What should we call this? Like James Harden gate? I don't know. We can figure out a great name
James
for
Harden
this
situation.
down in the comments below. With every passing
What
day,
y'all
I really
think?
do feel like I feel worse and worse for everybody that's involved in this situation.
Man,
I even do feel bad for James Harden
Wait, can y'all even hear
because
me?
James Harden is somebody that has been
Can
attacked
y'all
time
hear
and
me?
time again for not being a winning player, which I don't think is a fair assessment of his game at all. I think he's overachieved a lot of his career. And I also do
Overachieved?
truly believe he's
No, he
had to
ain't
go up against
overachieved.
some of the toughest teams of the past 20 years.
That's
James
true. That
Harden,
is true.
31 years old.
He's
Not
31?
getting any younger. Still in his
Dang.
prime, though, but a late prime at that.
I
Am
didn't
I
know
going
he
to
was
be
31.
mad
I
at
thought he was
James
like
Harden
30.
for wanting to play for another team other than the Houston Rockets after seeing what this team is capable of the past 10, 7, 8, however many years? No. But what I will be mad
Harden's been
about
in the
with
league for
Harden
about
is
11
the
years
way
now,
he's
because he was
going
drafted in
about
09, I
this
believe,
whole
with Curry and
thing.
them.
You know, at the end of the day, everybody's professionals. I think you deserve to give these guys the time of day, especially Coach Silas, who is somebody that I'm sure is very excited to
Harden's so
now
cold,
be an
bro.
NBA head
Harden is
coach.
so
Now,
cold, bro.
I'm probably going to get some
God
hate for
dang.
this one. Hey, it happened. You know, it is what it is.
How you... He
I'm a
had the
little
torque in
disappointed
this
in the
thing.
Houston Rockets also. I'm not saying
This
they
kinda
should automatically just want to trade Harden, but understand where Harden's coming from. Harden has gave you some phenomenal seasons.
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy one of the best scorers of all time play basketball. The Rockets owner may be more concerned with making money than being competitive. And when I say being competitive, I mean competing for a ring. The Rockets are a team that may be best suited going in the rebuild. You know, Sam Presti's a phenomenal GM. That's
Bro,
not
just
why I
going
like
into
Presti.
rebuild is just not a solution. That's not a good thing, bro. You don't... If you're a team, you don't want to go into a rebuild. You're not just gonna trade away your best player just to go into a rebuild. Like, it could be another 10, 15, 20 years before they get another superstar like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one wants to do that.
I like
No
Presti
one just
because he
wants to go into
understands
a
the
rebuild.
business side of things, but also he works with his players to get them to destinations that they want to go to. I don't think it's hard. I don't think
Watch live and local news
Of course, you
on a
gotta
variety of
add.
networks
So first,
with
clean
YouTube
thing,
TV.
add.
Try
I don't know
it
how to
free.
edit, so
In less than a year,
make
we
sure you
have
guys like
grown
and
to
subscribe,
see
please.
six-figure revenue per month
Ooh.
on Wix.
Really? Yeah, I don't care.
it's rocket science. At the end of the day, everybody can win. But in this situation, it sure does feel like there are a lot of losers. You guys want to know why Morey left? I hear some reports that it involved the Rockets owner.
Bro, at first I thought he was Black Man. At first, I'm not even gonna lie. Daryl.
We have some massive,
I just
messy
assumed. I never
updates.
see what he
Apparently,
looks like.
James
He just
Harden's
doesn't look like
mother
a
is
Daryl.
involved.
You know what I'm saying?
Harden's demanded a
Looks like a
trade,
Tom.
and he said what he's looking
I'm
for
not
team-wise.
being racist or anything.
Now, before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because you will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video.
And that's
And
facts.
that's facts. Guys, you gotta check out this video I did on Jalen Hurts. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. It's on my channel, Red Zone Coop. Now, don't go to that channel right now, but check that video out after this stream is going to be in the description box. This whole situation started when
Why you gonna
Harden
do
was
that in the
out
middle of the video?
partying, you know, doing all this stuff, doing everything but reporting to Rockets training camp. Now,
That's
recently,
Lil Baby and
there's
Harden.
been an update. Coach Silas confirms that James Harden got tested in Houston today. Then he said, that's pretty much all I know. One thing has remained consistent throughout this entire situation. Coach Silas is sick and tired of answering questions relating to Harden. Whenever Silas is asked a question about Harden, he gives a short answer and then says, you know what? Go ahead and ask him. He doesn't say you know what, but that was like for dramatic effect. Now, in one of my recent videos, somebody said that I was looking too
Obviously.
deep into the situation by saying Coach Silas is growing tired of answering questions relating to Harden.
I bet he
My
is.
response to that is, what
Shoot.
person wouldn't be? I'm
Right,
sure
that's
that
what
Coach
I said.
Silas
Right.
feels like he could put a
Who
great
wouldn't?
team on the floor with Harden. This is his livelihood, right? You know, he wants to coach in the NBA for a long time. Having a great player like James Harden, he's going to help you coach in the league for a long period of time. Now, I'm sure he feels like he can still be successful without Harden, but Harden makes life all the easier.
Yeah.
And then again, there's still the respect thing. Harden and Silas not really talking, that's not a great situation. Now, with Harden arriving in Houston and going
Oh
through
god,
the
we got
NBA's
another ad.
protocols, we have
I
another
forgot how to
update.
edit, y'all. I forgot. I'm
If
sorry.
I gave you
I would edit all this out, but I just
$25,000
forgot.
today, what would you do?
I forgot how to
Pay
edit,
2
so
years
just
off.
make sure you like.
Woj
subscribe.
reports that James Harden has recently indicated to Houston he'd be open to a trade to Philadelphia or other contenders.
Why Philadelphia?
So far, no major talks with the Sixers. Morey's been adamant about wanting to keep his two young stars.
Wet.
Woj has also reported that teams would be reluctant to give up the assets required to get a player of Harden's caliber without confidence that he would be willing to remain long term. Few contenders have ability to furnish Houston with a combination of assets that it's seeking in order to consider dealing James Harden.
I like the way that's worded. Few contenders have the ability to furnish Houston with the combination of assets that it's seeking to consider dealing Harden. I just like how that's worded. That sounds nice.
Doc Rivers got wind of this whole situation, said we like our team. The team we just watch out there in practice is pretty special. None of those trade rumors are coming from us. If you're a 76ers fan, are you looking to trade Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid for a 31-year-old James Harden? Comment
Yes.
down below. But
He's
outside
better
of
than
those
most of
two,
them.
I'm not sure the 76ers have the assets to put together a competitive package for James Harden. Now, of course,
competitive
this could all
package.
just be coach speak,
A
but I
competitive
seriously
package.
do think the 76ers like their team. Daryl Morey has
Yeah, they
made
like their
some
team, but you gotta think like, what's your ceiling? You know, like what? How? There's only so far you can get with this team. Yeah, you like it, but I say you trade Seth Curry. I know you just got him. I say trade Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey. You trade a first round pick, maybe a couple of them, and I would say you have to trade Ben Simmons, man. No, you probably trade Joel Embiid because Ben Simmons is a more impactful player than Joel Embiid, I think. Joel Embiid is very, 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 very talented, but Ben Simmons is just an amazing defender. So is Joel Embiid, actually. I don't know, man. They're both amazing players. It's hard to give one up. Even though Harden is
phenomenal
an MVP.
moves to
And
put the 76ers in a great spot to
I don't know,
contend this
man.
upcoming season.
That's tough.
Ben Simmons has all of the talent in the world.
Right.
Some players have compared him to LeBron James.
yeah, I don't know.
won't
I
say
don't
he's
see how you
LeBron
give him up.
James, but I think Ben Simmons.
I can't.
is an
I just couldn't bring
immensely talented
myself.
player. And
I just couldn't bring
reports have
myself
been coming
to
out
give up
that
Ben
he's been
Simmons
working
for
on
anyone,
his
really.
shot before and after practice with assistant coach Sam Cassell. Ben says he's been working on his mid-range and threes. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not. A major reason Ben doesn't want to shoot threes is because he hasn't been great at shooting them. He's somebody that's been a perfectionist. It's kind of all mental for him. If Ben turns into a guy that's knocking down, say, 35% of his threes, the 76ers all of a sudden become an entirely different team. Ben Simmons becomes an entirely different player who's much more viable than he already is. Premier slasher, gets to the rim with ease, has court vision that would make some greats do double takes. I love Ben Simmons' game.
I do
When
too.
it comes to James Harden's mom,
The only thing
she
is that
says he's
Ben
doing-
Simmons, man, he's not. At least
All you
he's
need
smart
to
about
launch
it,
a
you know?
celebrated art
At least he's
career.
not just chucking up threes,
A cheap studio.
knowing dang well
A
that he's not
Squarespace
good at
website
it, you
with an
know?
expensive
At least he's not doing that.
what's
You gotta
best for
give
his
him
career.
credit. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
time he suited up,
You can't
he
just get
gave them
mad.
210%. He asked for a chance to get a ring. That's it. I put the full quote on the screen so you guys can make of it what you will.
Okay, hold on, 1 second. Not sure who you think you are, but I've raised my son to be caring and giving young businessman that he's become. He has his own mind, can make his own decisions. Very proud of him for that. Now, as far as his job, you clearly don't understand what's going on. It's okay. You don't know if people have their own decisions in life. Yada yada. Please pay attention and understand. He's worked very hard. Suited up for this job. Give me 10%.
And
All
what I
right.
just read may be an oversimplification of things, but I definitely do see the vision. I want to see Harden go out with the championship. I don't want him to end up one of those guys that retires ringless.
Yeah,
When I look at
I
other
hate that.
contenders
'Cause you
in
know
the
what?
NBA, I
Like,
see what
a ring, I've said this before, but like a ring, like no ring just puts like a cap on your career, like a ceiling. You can only go so far in the top 100 or top 20, whatever, without a ring. You know, no one in the top 10 that people talk about doesn't have a ring. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't, like, Harden has a chance to be in the top 10, maybe in top 20. I mean, top 20, maybe in top 10, but he just doesn't have
What
a
was
ring.
just talking about. Who's really going to be able to put together a package for Harden and maintain
Together
balance
package.
on their team? I do think the Miami Heat would be an interesting choice. Don't be
Miami
mad at
Heat?
me. Let me know who you guys think should go after Harden
Ooh,
down
Hero,
in the comments below.
Duncan,
Clicking the video on the screen right now is free to
Olynyk,
support the channel.
first
Get like
round
Coop,
pick.
bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.
That's not bad. All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out.